No, don't do this to me.
I know, I'm sorry.
It's back, isn't it? Yeah, I feel it too. I thought we killed that part of us. We buried it deep inside, but I don't think we can ever kill it. So no matter how many times we bury it, it's gonna find its way to crawl out again, isn't it? Yeah. All the anger and the hatred, and the pain and the hurt. It's always gonna crawl back in. What are we gonna do? We're gonna get a hold of it, and we're gonna bury it again. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying none of it. Look, for this video, I already know that half of you guys gonna agree with me and the other half is gonna think I'm depression shaming. But one thing both sides will agree on is the fact that every single thing I'm about to say is the truth. So without further ado, let's get straight to it.
Warning, Dave's content is not for the weak. Viewer discretion is advised.
Look, depression exists. I believe every single person on this planet has been depressed once or a few times in their life. I believe it can mentally cripple you, and I believe that it can make you stagnant. Depression exists. It's a real thing. But here's my problem. I feel like social media has made depression or mental illness a spectacle. I'm seeing people online are constantly using depression or mental illness as a gateway to get views, as a gateway to get attention. And as time goes on, they slowly morph that into their personality.
I don't want to live in a hole anymore. It makes me feel poor.
We are poor, but we're happy.
Come see, come ça.
Don't tell me you sat your camera down in a corner and made sure the angle was right, make sure your lighting was correct, make sure your audio was good, and filmed yourself crying and put a caption on and saying that you're depressed. I don't believe you. You're playing into the spectacle for sympathy likes. And it's about time somebody says it. People really need to start calling out these frauds.
See? I hate me too. Now we can be friends again. Bart, stop! No one's mad at you anymore, right?
I feel like at some point being depressed and having mental illness and spreading awareness was a real thing until people started to realize that they can get attention off of it, until people realized that they can get likes off of it, until people realized they could make money off of it. That's when the game changed.
I lost control. And in that moment, it felt like I was already dead.
I don't believe you. Get your ass up. And the thing is, I feel like it's taboo to say, yeah, I don't believe that you're really depressed, because there's not really a way for you to prove it. But for me, one of the telling signs is you crying on camera on TikTok and hoping for sympathy likes. That's my sign. And a lot of these psychiatrists that's making money off of this, that's constantly promoting it, they don't even care that you're depressed or not. They just want you to come to their office so you can pay them. So there's this lady named Katie Morton. I believe she's a psychiatrist. She was basically debunking an article that was talking about how people fake depression. Two of her rebuttals to me did not make any sense. And to listen to her as a psychiatrist trying to explain her stance on the article debunking depression, honestly, it's just laughable. And I'm like, these are the people that's actually promoting this shit because they're making money off of it. So they'll say anything to keep making you think you're depressed. So without further ado, let's get straight to it.
You constantly post baiting things so that people will ask you what's wrong.
So one of the points in the article says you constantly post baiting things on social media to try to get attention, to try to get sympathy likes. And this was her response.
Of course, because we're looking for help. When has that been a bad thing? Why is it a bad thing to reach out for support? Yes, it could be more direct, but sometimes we're too scared to put that out there.
There's a difference between someone reaching out for help and there's a difference between someone deliberately crying wolf. This woman is not asking for help. She's not reaching out. She's putting on a show for the attention. She's putting on a show for the likes. You don't take time to put mascara on your face and dip yourself in a bathtub to try to convince people that you're depressed. Going through all that process is for attention, not you reaching out for help. There's nothing wrong with reaching out for help when you're depressed. There's nothing wrong with that. Outside looking in, if you really want help, you wouldn't post a cringy video of you crying on social media. You would go to your psychiatrist, you'd go to a doctor, you would probably go to your pastor, you would go to anyone that can actually help you as opposed to posting a cringy ass video of you crying on social media. Like, be for real.
Okay, number 9, this may be my least favorite, is that you're not really trying to get better. How do you know? Jerk who wrote this article, how the fuck do you know? Says maybe you're taking medication. Do you know how hard it is to get in to see a doctor, to actually tell them what's going on, to get on a medication that works? That's actually a lot of work. I would say that we're already really trying to get better. Then they go on to say maybe you're in therapy, but you're not doing anything behaviorally. How do you know? Do you know how hard it is to change your behaviors and to change your patterns and the instincts that you have to do something? Do you know how hard it is to stop that? How much practice it is? Anyone in CBT or DBT therapy will tell you it is really, really hard. And if you make one change one day, I applaud you, because that is really hard work. First, we have to recognize what we're doing and what we don't want to do anymore. Secondly, in the moment, we have to think of the other thing that we're supposed to do that our therapist told us to do. And thirdly, we're supposed to do it. That's really hard. So just because it doesn't look on the outside like we're trying, we could really be trying. So that's just bullshit.
This is why I hate these type of people. They will say anything to keep you in that comfort zone. They will say anything to not lose you as a client. These people are not your friends. You're not trying to get better because you're prioritizing attention seeking and likes as opposed to getting real help. And when I question you about it, it'll be depression shaming or I'm not understanding. When is it okay to hold depressed people accountable? I'm just gonna say it. When is it okay to hold someone that's depressed to be accountable? Because everybody has some type of sadness in them. Everybody. When is it okay to be like, yeah, I know you're depressed, but you gotta get this shit done. Yeah, you're depressed, but you owe me this month's rent, and I'm gonna need you to pay it. I'm gonna leave you guys with this story. I remember when I first moved to Wisconsin, my first job was a snow plowing job. And if you live in Wisconsin or live in the Midwest, you would know that Wisconsin snow is not the same as the snow in Georgia. When it snows in Wisconsin, it snows. And snow plowers are essential workers. So anyways, I had a night shift. And in this particular night, we had like a blizzard. Like the snow would just not stop. So typically on nights like this, all hands on deck. We need everyone to come to work and help clear the road so there's not accidents in the morning because people have to go to work. So when I got to work, I overheard my boss yelling. And when I mean yelling, this dude was screaming his lungs out. So I walked over his area and tried to find out what was going on. So when I got closer, this guy was screaming his lungs out over the phone. All I heard was, "What do you mean you're depressed? There's a effing blizzard out. You have to come to work to help clear the road." By the way, I didn't get the full context of the story until after the fact, but the employee on the phone was like, "I don't think I can make it in today, boss. I think I'm depressed." And my boss was like, "You know what? Don't come. You're fired." And the employee backtracked and said, wait. I'm coming. So about 20 minutes later, he ended up coming to work. And from what I heard, he worked there for like another 3 years. So more of this story. Depression exists. It definitely does. Some people are gonna tell you it's okay. You can waddle in your own filth and go on TikTok and make videos and constantly come up with excuses for you to be stagnant. Or you can choose yourself and fight back. That's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. I'm out. If you like that video, I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. So like, share, and subscribe and get me there. Thank you.